Right now, you are not seeing reality. You are seeing your brain's best guess at what reality probably is. And those two things are not always the same. Every sound you hear, every face you read, every memory you trust. Your brain is not recording any of it. It is constructing it. The same way a painter does not copy a scene, your brain interprets one. It fills in gaps, makes assumptions, and moves faster than you can catch. And research backs this up. Two people can look at the exact same image, hear the exact same words, witness the exact same moment, and walk away with completely different versions of what happened. Not because one of them is wrong, but because both of their brains built the experience from different raw materials, and neither of them knew it was happening. Welcome back to the Psychology Notebook. I am Desiree, your instructor for this course. In this lesson, we are breaking down sensation and perception, what they actually are, how they are different, and why your brain is not showing you reality as clearly as you think it is. And to help us see this in action, let me introduce you to Frank. Frank is our beloved forest monitor, a Sasquatch actually, and he has been keeping watch over his section of forest for years. Frank got a call from the town council this morning. Trees near the beaver settlement in the northeast section of his forest are showing damage. Bark stripped, branches gnawed down. Nobody knows what is causing it. That is Frank's job to figure out. He heads out with his clipboard and his usual confidence. He knows this forest. He has been monitoring it for years. He figures he will have an answer by the end of the day. That was 2 days ago. He has walked the same trail every morning, same route, at the same time. He has looked carefully. He has taken notes. And he has found absolutely nothing. No tracks, no signs of whatever is doing this, no explanation. We will come back to Frank throughout this series. But first, let us talk about what is actually happening inside his brain, and yours, every time you take in the world around you. Here is the thing most people believe. They believe that what they see, hear, and experience is a pretty accurate recording of what is actually out there. Like the brain is a camera, just taking in the world as it is. That is not what the science says. Your brain is not a recording device. It is a prediction machine. It is constantly making guesses about what is out there based on past experience, expectations, and incomplete information. And most of the time, those guesses are good enough, but they are still guesses. Think about it this way. Have you ever been absolutely sure you heard someone say your name in a crowded room, and then you turned around and no one was talking to you? That was not a glitch. That was your brain making a prediction based on a pattern it thought it recognized, and getting it wrong. Your brain does this thousands of times a day. You just do not catch most of them. So let us get into the actual science. Because these two words, sensation and perception, get used all the time interchangeably, and they are not the same thing. Sensation is the process of detecting a stimulus from the environment. It is your sensory receptors doing their job. Your eyes are responding to light. Your ears are responding to sound waves. Your skin responds to pressure or temperature. Your tongue responds to chemicals in food. Your nose responds to molecules in the air. Sensation is input, raw data, nothing more. Here is what is important to understand. Sensation does not involve any interpretation. Your eyes do not know what they are looking at. Your ears do not know what they are hearing. They are just detecting energy from the environment and passing it along. The meaning comes later. Let me give you a real-world example. You are sitting in a coffee shop. The barista calls out a name. Sound waves travel from their mouth across the room and hit your eardrum. Your eardrum vibrates. The tiny bones in your middle ear amplify that vibration. The hair cells in your inner ear convert it into an electrical signal. That signal travels to your brain. That entire chain, from sound wave to electrical signal, is sensation. Your brain has not decided what the sound means yet. It has not figured out whether the barista said your name or someone else's. It has only received the raw input. Perception is what your brain does with that input. It is the interpretation, the organization, the meaning-making. Your brain takes the raw sensory data, those electrical signals, and turns it into an experience, something you can understand, respond to, and recognize. Perception is where your brain says, that sound was a voice. That voice said a name. That name is mine. I should look up. And here is the key. Perception is not passive. Your brain is not sitting there waiting for data and then calmly sorting through it. It is actively constructing your experience in real time. It is pulling from your memories, your expectations, your emotional state, and the context you are in, all to build a version of reality that makes sense to you. Here is another example. You are walking down the street at night. You see a shape in the shadows ahead of you. Sensation gives you the raw visual data, a dark, roughly human-sized form not moving. That is all your eyes are reporting. But perception takes over instantly. Your brain checks the context. It is dark, you are alone, the shape is unfamiliar. And within a fraction of a second, your brain has decided that shape might be a threat. Your heart rate goes up, your muscles tense, you slow down. Then you get closer and realize it is a trash can. Your sensation did not change. The raw visual data remained the same throughout. What changed was your perception, your brain's interpretation of that data. And that interpretation was shaped by the context, your past experiences, and your emotional state in that moment. Here is an analogy that ties this together. Sensation is the raw footage. Perception is the edit. Think about a documentary crew filming in the wild. The camera captures everything. Every blade of grass, every sound, every movement in the background. That is sensation. Unfiltered, unorganized, just data. But the documentary you actually watch is nothing like the raw footage. An editor decided what to keep, what to cut, what to zoom in on, and what story to tell. That is perception. Same raw material, completely different output depending on who is editing and what story they are trying to tell. And this is exactly why two people can witness the same event and come away with different versions of what happened. They both received the same raw footage, but their brains edited it differently. Now think about Frank. Frank's sensory receptors have been gathering information in that forest for 2 days. The stimulus has been there. His eyes, his ears, his nose, all of it has been working. The sensation part is not the problem. But what his brain is doing with that information, the perception part, that is where things get interesting. Because his brain is not just receiving data, it is filtering, interpreting, and deciding what counts as relevant before Frank even knows it is happening. And that raises a question. If your brain is always editing the raw footage, how does the raw footage even get to your brain in the first place? What is the actual mechanism that turns light, sound, and pressure into something your brain can work with? That is what we are covering in the next video in this series. Thanks for learning with me. If this helped you understand sensation and perception, subscribe to the Psychology Notebook and follow along. We are just getting started with this series.